Italia, halloumi, kupepkia, mic check. Done. You can hear me, right? All right. Let's start. Let's see if the clicker goes. Oh, sorry. That's starting well. I want to ask to everyone in the stage, do you know what's in common between a female tampon and a Rolex watch? Anyone? Anyone want to try? All right. Before we move into what is in common between them, I want to be totally honest. The tampon I stole from my girlfriend, I hope she has more, and I hope it's not that time of the month. And this is actually not a Rolex, because being a brand strategist in Cyprus doesn't pay that much, yet. What's in common between these two objects is that they're both luxury. Half or more than half of companies in Europe tax tampons and Rolexes between 20 to 27%. I'm okay with Rolexes, but what about a sanitary basic need that most females in the world need to use once a month? Now, you might be asked, why is this dude on Reflect talking about tampon and Rolexes? I'll have a point, or at least my friends that checked the slide told me I have a point. We'll find out. I want you to meet Monica Lennon. She's a Scottish MP that made Scotland the first country in the world to give sanitary products and tampons for free for people in need. While other countries in the world are still discussing, should we reduce taxes, should we cut taxes, they stand up, and it's the first country in the world that will give you a free tampon. You see, this is a perfect purpose activation example. Monica's purpose is to remove poverty from Scotland. Her activation is the Free Period Act. So she has a purpose, she talked about it, she walked the talk, and she made free tampons available for everyone. You see, purpose and brand purpose and company purpose becomes reality only and only if it's activated. Purpose is useful only when brought to life with meaningful and brand appropriate activation. You see, let's start by analyzing what purpose is not. It's not a poster that you hang on your office. It's not something that you print and you put behind your receptionist at the entry door. It's not something that you use to create your corporate video. We just did a corporate video, but that's not purpose. That's promotion. Has nothing to do with it. And definitely is not something the CEO owns. It's not a top-down approach. It's a bottom-up approach. Purpose is for everyone. It's not something that lives in your HQ, in your office, in your dark cave, wherever you do your magic. It's something that lives in society. And it's not a fluffy concept. Purpose is activated properly, is very much tangible, from retention, customer satisfaction to the bottom line. You see, I like to define purpose as a series of coordinated actions to generate a positive impact on society. And if you had to pick one word out of this, it's going to be actions. A series of coordinated action to create a positive impact on society. What about company purpose then? Like, we are all doers, founders, CEOs, marketeers. We all like to do stuff, right? That's the reason why we're here. Well, if you look at company, you Google company, you get this definition: an organization that sells goods and services in order to make money. It's a bit sad, isn't it? Basically, buy my stuff so I can get richer. But that's actually the definition of a company. You see, it sounds like something this man will have wrote. Right? Right, Donald? And the problem that with this definition is probably the reason why poverty is still a thing. 1% of the population is considered the rich. The planet is dying. And quite frankly, we're in deep shit. Well, too late for that anyway. So I like to define company purpose with an analogy that I stole from Simon Sinek. So you see, your company is your car. Your company's money is the fuel, and the destination is the purpose. But you don't buy a car because you want to buy fuel, right? You buy a car so you can go places. So that's how it is. That lovely Fiat 500, which by the way is mine, you don't buy it because you want to put fuel in it. You buy because you want to go somewhere. That's somewhere. It's the purpose of your company. It's the reason you exist beyond making money. You're making money, perfect. Like, a company is about that, but what else? What else do you have to offer society? Why should people care about your brand? Why should people care about your company? And why you should care? Well, there are plenty of metrics to support the business case for purpose, but I don't want to bore you with percentages and boring numbers and facts. You can take a screenshot on this, or you can kind of find me later. We can talk. We can geek out on purpose all day if you have time. But I want you to take 3 key metrics out. 42 or purposeful companies that are able to activate it outperform competitors. 64% of global consumers believe that you, CEO, should lead the change, not governments. 41.1% of global citizens around the world do not trust their governments. I see all these 3 key facts correlated, because if we wait for governments to activate change, to bring the change that we all need in society, I think we're screwed. Businesses have the best chance to bring a purposeful impact for humanity, not your governments. And let's look at it why. Let's look at the split, right? So on the left, you have your company. Your company is agile. The government is slow. Your business is meritocratic. Your government is bureaucratic. Your business has capital available, hopefully. Government have hard to access capital. Businesses are goal and metrics oriented. Governments are vote driven. Businesses have full control. Governments have frictional control. Your business has no other parties involved, or some. The government has tons of parties involved. So you saw the metrics, you saw the value, you saw the outmaneuvering competition and everything. So by now, you might be thinking, okay, all I need is a purpose, right? Purpose equals success, easy peasy, let's go enjoy our Friday. Well, not really. Purpose is bullshit, unless it's activated. Purpose is completely useless, unless it's relevant and authentic to your company. And let's look at 2 examples that we all need, right? We know Nike. Nike, they're all about telling you that if you're a human being, you can be an athlete, and they activate that purpose by saying, just do it. Go out there and just do it. So that is that purpose. And I think it's, it's relatable, it's appropriate, it's authentic. And then if you look on the right, they could have said, we want to change the world one shoe at a time. You walk with our shoes and you're going to become the planet savior. Again, it can work, but it's not relatable, it's inappropriate, and it's not authentic. And now let's look at another bullshit. They told me that if I say 5 times bullshit, I'm going to get a free G&T, so someone needs to keep count on that. So Starbucks' purpose is to inspire and nurture the human spirit, one person, one cup, one neighborhood at a time. It's fantastic, right? I mean, it talks about coffee, talks about neighborhoods. They have these lovely shops all around town. And you could say, I get it, right? There's nothing wrong with it. Problem is, you open the news and you find out that Starbucks pays 5 million out of 95 million gross revenue. So how the hell are you changing neighborhoods, inspiring communities, nurturing humans? You don't even pay your taxes, right? Would have been much better Starbucks to say, we make great coffee in great places at the best price with free Wi-Fi, come and work here. Perfect. It's a purpose, it's relatable, it's appropriate, I get it. And pay your taxes. Do not tell me you're building neighborhoods and changing the world when you're not paying taxes. It's better to not have a purpose at all. You don't have to have a purpose. You have the power to change the world with a purpose, but not everyone can be the savior. But if you have one, walk the talk, show me the facts. You have to be willing to live by it. So now that we understood that we need to have a purpose that is relatable, appropriate, authentic, what else? What are we going to do? Well, the way that you activate purpose, and the difference between purpose bullshit and purpose, is movement thinking. That's how you bring purpose to life. Movement thinking rephrase the company's purpose in a way that people understand, relate to it. But most importantly, they want to participate. It's a movement. It's no more a purpose. People do not join a purpose. They join a movement inspired by purpose. Movement thinking has 5 pillars, and there's a little book on the bottom right, very short. If you're interested into this, go and check it out. It's called Brand Purpose Activation. And it starts with 5 pillars. You have dissatisfaction in the world, your desired change, aka the pivot. You're gonna name the villain against you're fighting for. You're gonna name what you're fighting for, so what are you standing for, and you're gonna think about your activation. And if we dissect this, I'm not gonna start reading everything just for the sake of time, but I give you a straightforward example. An example of the dissatisfaction in the world is that an increasing number of people are detaching themselves from the toxicity of consumerism. They understand that buying is bad for the planet, and they're detaching themselves. So there is a trend, right? The desired pivot is, we are thinking, would it be nice if we were outside, outdoors, enjoying the outdoors, protecting our planet, being the ambassador for our planet, and just being outside instead of being indoors and do shopping? The villain is, who we're fighting against, the enemy, are big brands pushing people to buy more stuff that we don't need. In short, fast shopping, consumerism, and waste. And what are we standing for? Where we stand with people and the great outdoors. We build connection with nature, and we help people spend more time outdoors, celebrate our planet, protect our planet. In short, we stand with our great outdoors. And last but not least, how are we going to activate it? How are we going to bring it to life? How are we going to have people rally among one common cause and bring it to reality? We're going to put out the Opt Outside campaign. We will close during Black Friday, so our employees, their family, their friends, and their loved one can go outside and enjoy our great outdoors. No more spending money, no more creating pollution, but actually glorifying our beautiful planet. This is actually a real story. This is the story of REI. REI is an outdoor apparel company based in US. And in 2015, they told their 30,000 employees, my slides are gone, back. They told their 30,000 employees that this year, next year, and all years after it will be closing on Black Friday. REI doesn't live on another planet, doesn't live in a virtual reality where the bottom line is not important. They have investors. They look at money, they look at financial. And the second point is that for many US and global businesses, Black Friday represents the majority of the revenue. The last year alone, 8.2 billion were spent during Black Friday. So this idea sounds absolutely nuts. But it's not, because REI is much more than an apparel company. It's a company that is driven by purpose. Their purpose is to inspire, educate, and outfit for a lifetime of outdoor adventure and stewardship. So you see, they're closing, they're paying their employees to go outside and enjoy the great outdoors. This is purpose activation. But we were talking about bottom line. This is the bottom line. Record year in revenue, 3.1 billion for the year. Business growth plus 8%. Social engagement, 7,000%. Impressions in one single day, 2.7. 700 other businesses participated. It's a movement thinking, right? You're inspiring other people. So it's no more about them. By closing on Black Friday, taking an incredible risk, they had their best ever year. Why it worked? Well, because it's authentic. They didn't say we're going to give free ice cream and free beer. No, they said we're going to close so you can go outside, because outside, outdoor is our purpose. It was following a trend. You remember we talked about people detaching themselves from consumerism, toxicity, and waste? So there was a trend. So they ride that wave of the trend. They inspired others. It was authentic. And it aligned the whole organization. That's why it worked. By closing on Black Friday, they grew their business, increased marketing performance, increased employee engagement, promoted others to do the same, and helped the planet. Very much on purpose for REI. Movements are social activities that rally people towards one common cause. In this case, let's enjoy the outdoors. I could speak for all day, I know Christina's going to kill me, about Patagonia, Dove, and Ben & Jerry, these massive, super famous, purpose-driven companies. But they don't mean nothing. They don't mean nothing to you. They don't mean nothing to you. They're too big. They're too big. They're beyond understanding. So I want to give you one last example. I want to introduce you to one last person, and then I'm done, before I completely melt myself. I want you to meet Ryan Hiller. Ryan Hiller is a lawyer. He's a good lawyer, but he's not a co-founder of a super mega gigantic law firm working and helping massive corporation. He started by himself in his kitchen with another colleague, very tiny law firm. But he's good, but he has a purpose since day one. He wanted to make top-notch legal services accessible to all. He was the first legal firm in the world to offer one-on-one. Every 1 year of billable legal assistance equals to 1 hour of pro bono. 50-50 from day one. He said, some like to call this paid forward. I like to call it the way we should do business in the 21st century. This is your lawyer next door. This is not Patagonia. This is not Dove. It's relatable. Again, it's not free ice creams. It's legal service. It aligns with the business offer. It's law. It's authentic and simple to understand. Is there anything simpler than 1-1? 50-50. 50-50 money, 50 purpose. Easy peasy. So because of their one-on-one purpose, they had a competitive advantage. They are pitching with other 5 legal firms equally equipped, equally priced, same size. They are winning business because their organizations are aligning with their purpose. Big companies are saying, we want to do good in the world, and by paying you, I know that every hour you spend with us, you will invest 1 hour for the planet. And that's how they're winning. Same size law firms, same pricing, same experience, competitive advantage, purpose. They grew from 2 to 50 employees in 2 years, and every single employee that joined because of the purpose. They hired incredible talented lawyers that would have never joined such a tiny company. They joined because of the one-on-one. They helped 600 plus people for free. Hiring became easier, and 1 million revenue. Not bad for the next door lawyer, right? As a CEO, CMO, CBO, doer, marketing, startup guru, whatever you want to call yourself, you have the responsibility to bring change in the world. And you have the power to bring change in the world. To bring the change that we all need. So ask yourself, what is the change you can bring to life with your business? Thank you. I got you 2 minutes 20. What about that?
You're pretty good.
Huh?
Yeah. You're on time.
Yeah, thanks.
But you can take some questions, some extra
Yeah.
ones. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you have any questions for Martin, you can scan the QR code. Oh, there we go. We've got quite a few. Are there any upvoted? No. So you can choose whichever question that you'd like to answer.
Oh. Am I doing pro bono? Yes, I am. I don't do one-on-one. I don't think me and Zen, my business partner here, we haven't figured out yet what is our purpose. So we don't rally about it. We do help a lot of people, but we didn't print it, on the first thing you read on your website or on our window. It's like what we were saying before. If you're able to live and breathe and bring it to life, do it. Otherwise, wait the moment that you're ready and become a purpose-driven. I don't know. You pick.
Let's go to the top. Is what you do marketing? If so, could you give us your definition of marketing?
Right. So the brand is the gut feeling that a person has about an organization and a service. Like Jeff Bezos has the best definition of brand. Is what people say about you when you're not in the room. I'm a brand, the way I talk, the way I move my hands, the way I dress. You have a perception about me. That is my brand, is what you say about me. And marketing is about creating and generating that perception. It's about activating, finding the right people, and getting your message in front of them. So they're both brothers and sisters. They're both helping each other, and they're both equally important. But I don't think it's interesting for anyone to go into terminology. They both help your company, and that's the important thing to remember.
Would you deny a big brand client, like an oil company, to stay true to your purpose as designer or a brand strategist?
If I had a purpose-driven company and my purpose was to only work with good companies, then I will have to take that difficult decision and say no. Yes, that is exactly what we were talking about with Starbucks, right? If they're saying that they're building communities and nurturing human bond between neighborhoods, but they're not paying taxes, that's again BS. So I will do it. Right now, 5 years in my company, I will definitely do it. I will take it.
Would you rebrand Starbucks?
Oh, I would love it. Yeah. I would prefer to brand and work with a smaller family-owned, separate local coffee shop versus Starbucks. And I think there are better studios and better strategies with more experience in that specific niche, with global reach that will probably, I will tell them, you do Starbucks, I'll take, the neighbor here in Cyprus.
How do you find talent for your agency here in Cyprus?
Here, come and find me. We can speak more.
Do you have open positions?
We have open positions, and we are constantly hiring. And if you're not hiring, we are constantly working with freelancers. So we have a list. Come and find us. We have a booth. If you want to geek out about purpose, or you want to see the
Where is your booth?
Carob Mill.
At the Carob Mill.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's do. Got one more?
Yeah.
How do I activate my brand purpose? Where do I start?
Well, I think you need to first live and breathe by it. And the most important thing, you need to find a current trend. You need to find something that people are talking about that is relevant to your business, that is appropriate to your services, and that your customers care. Like ROI activation, right? Or like the business lawyer's example. If you have a trend, then your purpose is able to ride that wave, ride that trend, and it will explode, and you will spend 1/3 of your marketing budget because it's a trend that everyone talks, and you simply riding that wave.
Kika, one more? No? What?
One
You
more.
said one more. One more. Let's do one more. You've answered that one. Let's do. How can you activate people in working towards a common goal by cooperating instead of creating a hostile market environment?
Yeah, I think branding is two ways. How well a brand is understood externally depends from how well it's understood internally. And it's always an inside job. The same way that you decide with what client to work is the same way you decide with what people to work. Me and my business partner always promised ourselves that the day is not more fun anymore for us, we're going to quit. And we have the realization that our colleagues and our team members are the people we spend the most time in our life with. You might see your wife for 3-4 hours, but your colleague is always every day 8 to 10. If you're in a toxic environment, do whatever you want to get away from it, because if there is no will in that company to create a culture able to rally people together one common goal, it's very hard to make us change.
You know my biggest surprise?
Yeah.
When you talk to me,
Yeah.
and I look what you're wearing, I thought you were Italian.
I am Italian. I have a Fiat 500, the yellow one.
But you're not. You're Armenian.
I am half Armenian, half Estonian, grew up in Italy, now I'm Cyprus.
late.
My mom doesn't even get it.
Ladies and gentlemen, marketing as is Martin Zarian.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.